And now it's time for Photo Booth Live Chat with John Young. PBNTV. It's Monday night. I'm John Young, your host, and tonight, Peter, we're going to talk about photo booth. We're going to talk about websites and content and SEO and anything else. Are you with me? I am here. It sounds like that's still playing in the background. It must be a window open. Grab that window and flip that over. How about now? Give me an audio there. Because we are live here, and I'm still hearing some of that back.
Hello, John.
There you are. Are you good now?
I am. Sorry.
Okay.
Grab that window.
Oh, I'm still hearing.
And flip that over.
I'm going to turn this down for a second so we're not having a recording of the recording of the recording.
We are live here, and I'm still hearing some of that.
There must be a browser window open.
Yes, it is. Hang on.
Yep. Find that.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yep.
Hello, John. There you are. Are you?
We'll be getting going here in just a second. This is part of the the excitement of the live streaming here going on right now. For those of you out there joining us on Facebook or on YouTube, we're streaming out to about a dozen different spots tonight. If you have any comments or questions, you can put those in the chat. Those will then propagate over to the software right here, and then we should be pretty much ready to go. Peter, are we back?
I think I'm back. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Excellent. Okay, great. So tonight, Peter, we want to talk a little bit about you're going to be presenting at Photo Booth Expo coming up here February 24th through the 27th in Las Vegas. Let's kind of give the folks just a little bit of an idea of what you're going to be touching on and your seminar, which will be on Monday night at Photo Booth Expo.
Yeah, so I'll be presenting about content SEO, so SEO and content. So we're going to be talking about how to leverage your website, how to utilize your content. You know, everyone does a lot of events, how to structure your blogs to get the maximum bang for your buck. I mean, a lot of people don't blog or don't add a lot of content to their websites, but still expect to rank. So, and Google being what Google is, it expects content to be delivered by people. It would be uploaded to your website. And then when they're actually uploading content, structuring it correctly and having all the things in the right place and having enough keywords, enough words on the page, pictures, video, and everything else. So doing...
Ooh, we froze here. By the way, for those of you who are joining us, Peter is coming to us. Dancewicz is coming to us from Australia. So it's got to go like almost all the way around. It's actually morning where he's at, very warm, summertime. And of course, we're in the upper United States here. And we are much colder. So hopefully Peter will be able to bounce back with us while he's out. In the description of this video, you guys can go out there to, it's pbntv.com/live. No, excuse me, pbntv.com/tickets. Live gets you to this video. Tickets gets you to where you need to go. When you're out to the tickets area, you can go out there and purchase your current show pass. This is the cheapest the pass is going to be the rest of the way to the end of the show. So if you are thinking about going and hearing Peter and Catalina we talked to, and then I think with Susan last week. A lot of great presenters we've already talked to on our Monday night show. There's going to be a lot of great content available, and you can go out there and get that. Go out to pbntv.com/live/tickets. Goodness gracious, I'm going to have that issue all night tonight. The /tickets will get you there, and then you use the code PBX show SHOW 2020. That will get you the cheapest tickets. So pbntv.com/tickets, and this is in the description. Then use that code, and that will get you there for this year's show. The show, educational content, runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday during PBX. This is Monday, starts at noon. It goes from noon until about 7 o'clock. Peter will actually be the final session on Monday. And there was a reason why Peter was going to be the last session, is because Peter, as he just started to tell you a little bit about his SEO and website and content and things, Peter's got a lot of things he wants to talk about in his time. He's going to probably go over the typical time that we're doing for seminars at Photo Booth Expo. So Peter might be going in a little bit later into the evening, and I believe it's on Monday. I don't know if it's Tuesday. I think it's Monday. So, but he's going to be the last one of the day. So that way he won't have to rush through his content, because he's going to be delivering a lot of gems and things for you. Day, you are definitely in the right place. You are. For those who are joining us tonight, I'm going to actually send this link out to the different channels. That way everyone has that in live chat. And hopefully Peter will be back with us here in just a couple of moments. Coming up at the end, I think Peter will be coming back. We've got some cool stuff available for those of you who are interested, who are DJs who bought the Key Pass back at Photo Booth Expo 2019, and you're looking to upgrade to the DJ track for 2020. If you go out to that same link, pbntv.com/tickets, and you go up to buy your pass, you'll see in there the second option, I believe it's the second option, is the option to upgrade from your current PBX pass to the DJ pass. There are two different prices. The DJ pass is a little more expensive because we've got more speakers that are going to be coming in and doing some different things with that. So there's a little bit different cost between your two tickets, but you can upgrade from whatever you paid for your PBX pass. For some of you scored. You bought it at the show and you paid nickels for it, and congratulations. You're going to see, you guys have saved a lot. But you can go and upgrade, and I would recommend upgrading before Black Friday. There's going to be a really special promo going on for the DJ track on Black Friday, basically that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we'll talk about more of that on our DJ shows. But for those of you who are getting the PBX pass, Peter, you're going to be on stage, and I can't remember now as I've been talking here while when you bounced out. I don't know if you're going to be on Monday or Tuesday, because I think there's a party both nights. I think it's Monday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is on Monday afternoon, which is great. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
So we lost you. You were talking about content and the idea that Google is looking for content. My first thought with that is what type of content is really important for those people who are wanting to do this, because they could start to maybe curate some of that content today to be ready when you give some advice in February.
Yeah, absolutely. So Google's always looking for, Google, as you know, owns YouTube as well. So Google's always looking for text. Text is what it reads. And it's actually structuring your text correctly and having your title tags correctly, your first paragraph correctly, having everything in there. If you can embed a video in there, that'd be fantastic. So imagine going to an event and you went and your clients are looking, or your prospects are looking for a particular venue. So before they've even thought about a photo booth or a DJ. So wouldn't it be nice when they type in the venue name in there and events or past events that have happened in there, and one of your pages comes up and it's got a full description of what you do, how you do it, how much of a good time people have had in that particular venue. So when they come across, go, hey, great, here's an option for a DJ who's been at the venue, and here's potentially like a little video, and you can use your iPhone or your Samsung, record a bit about you, about the venue and about the party or whatever you've actually could have been a wedding that you've had there, so it'd be fantastic.
Certainly that idea of having the tags and using the descriptive terms in a paragraph are so critical. We've talked about that numerous times on other shows. What are you seeing is more effective now when it comes to a blog post? You mentioned, of course, YouTube and video, but do photos do as much or do enough to really focus on that, or should a person just basically just be shooting video and editing and dealing with it later?
Oh, look, I reckon photos are still important. People still look at images as a search item. As you know, whenever you do a search, you've always got your other things you can search on. Should that be, just normal pages or pictures or video? But if you've got a blog post and you've got a great picture of the venue set up so someone can actually see the venue as well, that'd be fantastic. So you've got to have that in there. But then it's a matter of also naming it correctly and having the right text around it. So when you have your fundamentals in place, Google will reward you, and will reward you by ranking you.
And that was exactly where I wanted you to go with that. Is just throwing a picture up that's named image, _ 47321.
Oh, that's nothing.
Not going to do.
It means absolutely nothing. So the idea behind it is to have it named correctly and give it a title, give it a description, and give it an alt tag. And then Google will recognize, go, hey, this is an image that's important to this particular topic, and that topic could be the venue or even your keyword of photo booth hire Minnesota, for instance, or whatever city you're in at the time.
How often, or I shouldn't often, how difficult is it for a average person to be able to go and put together a web page and a blog and be able to create something that's going to have a decent SEO compared to hiring someone to do it for you?
Well, hiring someone to do it is obviously easier, but it also costs you money. But you're also taking away the aspect of having that content being personalized to you and representing your personality and your brand. So having yourself writing the content is actually probably more advisable. But the key thing about it is to ensure that you have enough content on that web page as well, on the blog post that you've actually uploaded. These days, having a 200-word page isn't going to be enough, isn't going to cut it, because someone else is going to have a lot more content, a lot more descriptive, a lot more finite to the topic that someone's actually searching for. So Google's always weighing up, one page versus another page. And it's going, okay, well, this page got a lot more content, it's got pictures, it's got videos, it's got bullet points, it's got descriptives and everything else around that. And then this page only got, a smidgen amount of content and a picture. So naturally that one's going to outrank this other little thin page which you've got on your page, on your website. So more content is more content. It's definitely worth adding in as much as possible.
So that was content within a blog post, but now is there a reward for having more content, more blog posts? So if I have a website that has 50 posts, or if I have one that has 250, is one going to get more Google love than the other?
Technically, I'd say yes, because you've got a lot more content that's talking about the topic, but you've got to be careful that you're not overloading your website with the same keyword continuously over and over and over again. I see keyword stuffing all the time. That's the technical word for it. So we're trying to avoid that as much as possible. So well-structured content and having your site also built horizontally well, that makes all the difference to you. So more content is definitely more content. I mean, massive websites outrank small websites, but I've seen small websites, with a handful of pages outrank big websites because they're more precise and more defined and more on topic to what someone's searching for. And these days, people aren't just typing photo booth hire something. They'll have photo booth hire with, a particular type of photo booth hire, or they'll have, they're after a particular theme, or they'll be looking at various keywords. So I'll be looking at the long tail words, the words that are a lot more generic, and build up your infrastructure of all your content on your website, which is fantastic. And people don't think about that very often, to add value to their clients and inform them, educate them, and show them what you're capable of doing and all the venues, all the places and the types of hires you've done. Well, for instance, us, because I run a photo booth company, as you know, so we'll take photos of every single job that we do. We'll do little video highlights so you can have a look at that. So, and those video highlights are maybe 1 to 3 minute highlights from the day. And it's just literally us running around with an iPhone, but we'll put this into a gimbal, which costs $150 or thereabouts. Right. And we'll do that and we'll edit it on the phone, and people just love it. And the other, people love it. Google loves it. And our customers love it, because then they've got a moving experience of how much fun people have had in the photo booth.
Nice.
Yeah. And so the answer is more content's definitely more, but being precise and having the content structured correctly is probably the critical factor here. A lot of people just write stuff, not actually considering, I need to have my keywords in my title tags in the first paragraph and where it is in your paragraph. Make sure it sounds like, good, proper English, not just jargon, words thrown on a page. and then you include include a image in there and some sort of video, Google's going to reward you for that, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's what you're after. You mentioned stuffing earlier, and that people were stuffing their pages, or I don't remember if I heard that right.
Yeah. So keyword stuffing is when you say want to optimize for, say, photo booth New York, for instance, and you just put photo booth New York on a page so many times where it becomes almost aggressive and abusive. And Google wants to keep you writing or providing content in the natural way. In the old days, we're talking 10 years ago, you could put a keyword on a page many, many times and Google will think, hey, this is fantastic. But these days, Google will actually probably not penalize you, but it definitely won't reward you for, or won't won't provide your page in results if you've done a whole bunch of keyword stuffing. So you've got to sort of keep within the lower percentage of natural English usage of that keyword. So what you want to do is maybe use a keyword and use some other keywords that are associated to that main keywords, and then build up that infrastructure of your content.
Which ultimately, so it's written for a person reading it compared to the computer jargon,
Correct.
as you're saying, is
Absolutely.
so critical and so important in this day and age.
Mm.
So driving traffic, if I'm getting my website and blog and I'm doing things with that to help build SEO, is this something that kind of spills into some of the social media side of it, or is really SEO just going to be around the Google search engine?
Oh, definitely. So social media is probably a very important part of any SEO campaign, because social media, I say that's your queen to your king, basically. And Google uses social media as an indicator, as a trigger to show the fact that you are real people. So having your SEO strategy working, and then having a social media traffic, should that be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn as well, is another platform that people are, I'd say, not using enough these days, especially in the corporate market. And don't forget, people who might hire you for a private event do have a professional profile. So if they can see you on LinkedIn as well, will be fantastic. And Google also, everyone looks at Google Analytics. You can see your social traffic coming through there.
Right.
Google also looks at that and goes, okay, this guy is actually, or this company is actually a decent and a good company because it's getting traffic from social media. So I'll recommend everyone to use social media as a supporting tool for your SEO campaign. And, but people to social media go for entertainment. But when you go to Google and do a search for something, you're at the decision-making process and you're doing research.
Yeah, very, very often that's indeed the case. And maybe we can get to that point of being able to hire. Ease of being able to flow through one's website and ease of navigating. Goodness gracious. How important is that in today's world, or is it something that just the long one page thing is going to be a more effective thing than links and navigating here and there?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot to say for a single page website, and especially when most traffic these days, around 50% plus of traffic's coming through on mobile devices. To have a single scrolling page, I think from a user perspective is important. Google also looks at user perspective and how easy your website is to use, right, to navigate and use. But you're definitely having deep pages and having dedicated pages. So if you can imagine a photo booth company's page, you'd probably want to have a wedding page, a corporate page, an events page in particular on your website. And then you're speaking to Google because you're actually telling Google, hey, we do these type of events. So when someone searches for these keywords that associate to this type of event, you've got a potential of actually ranking now. But more importantly, on top of that, you've got your customer, your bridal customer, your bride or groom, they're landing on a page. They want to see the beautiful and nice things that you've offered as a service. As on a corporate perspective, they're probably not on the same visual aspect. They want to be able to see more corporate events that you've done that you can cater for their market. So, which I think is fantastic. So, having a really good front page is important and answer all the questions and having your key things. And I think everyone can contest and say that 80% of the traffic comes from 3 or 4 things that they offer as a photo booth operator. And if you can just put that at the top at the beginning, so when someone lands on your page, they go, "Oh, great! This is what I can do." Bang! They've got their answer pretty quickly straight away. They can land on that particular page, and then you're speaking to them directly, and then they're more likely to convert rather than from a general page.
Nice. Peter, from your perspective, before we went on the air, gang, we were talking a little bit about some of the area in which Peter covers, and he covers a very vast area with his photo booth business. What part of your website has been one of those little secret things or one of those little pieces that has given you that return and given you that traffic that you've been after that maybe a lot of people aren't aware of?
Yeah, look, I do quite a bit in country. As everyone knows, Australia is quite large, and I cover the western part, pretty much from north to south. And I do have the privilege of flying up north quite a bit and going down south to the wine regions, and which is like a big wedding area in WA. So that's been fantastic. But what I've started doing is actually concentrating on the areas and the vineyards and the towns. So I'll have a page on a town that I've serviced before in the past, and I'll write my blog post or write a page on that I service that area. And when people search for that particular suburb or town or area, one of my pages will rank for it, which is fantastic. So when they rank and they go, hey, this company's been here, I'm going to fill out his form, and all of a sudden I've got their contact details and I can speak to them. So those little nuggets have actually fulfilled where sometimes everyone's got seasons and so forth, but when it's down season, I'm still working, and I'm working all over WA, which is fantastic, rather than just being concentrating in one little spot, which is Perth. We still do a lot of booths in Perth. We've got 5 at the moment and growing. So yeah, why not? So That's probably been one of the key things, and also concentrating on venues. Venues, I think, is important because people do hire a venue before they hire you. So if you can be at the forefront of someone's mind, that's probably pretty important as well when they're doing their research. So if you can optimize a page for that venue or the town itself, it'll yield continuously. It will just keep coming back and back, because once the page is done, it's pretty much there. You can update it and add new blog posts or other events that you've done in the area. So you're keeping your content fresh, which is another important factor for Google as well. So if you can keep your content fresh, keep updating it, that'll be fantastic. You'll get rewarded for it, no doubt.
Now, that was my next question, is updating it. Now, of course, adding new blog posts is one thing, but what about if you did a wedding in Perth and you did it about it at this particular venue? Do you go back and ever tweak or edit that particular blog post?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, absolutely.
What kind of changes would be acceptable or without going too far?
So you just cut out there. What changes?
What kind of changes would a person possibly make in editing that blog post, beyond typos, obviously? But is there some point where you could go make too many changes and that blog post may not have its Google ranking anymore? What's your thoughts with that?
Oh, look, if you keep your structure similar and you update it, maybe add new events or new links or new blog posts that you've done on a particular topic. So in that example, if you had, say, a page on a photo with hire weddings and you had some links to blog posts that you've done or events that you've done, and you change those around, that's fantastic.
Sure.
Or if you change one of the paragraphs in there, that's not going to make you're not going to make any waves. You're not going to have any negative effects on that, unless you're removing words and making your content shorter and removing or changing the topic altogether. Google's not going to get confused. He'll reward you for it. So the more you can have on there, and if you want to vary the content around a bit, that's fantastic. If you want to change the images, then it's not going to hurt you. It'll probably have a positive effect on you. A key thing you can do is go into Google and do a search on a particular venue and have a look and see what images do rank. And if one of your images ranks, that means you've done some pretty good work.
Sure. And of course, if you're doing that search and research and find that nothing of yours ranks, but three other things rank, it's just nothing wrong with going and looking and modeling a little bit after what's being successful in that market.
Oh, yeah, look, getting ideas from other websites is fantastic, because obviously the other company that's actually ranking have actually done the research and done the work to acknowledge and go, okay, we're going to invest our time and effort into getting a really good blog post and want to have this image ranking. And it's just simple as looking at that, going, okay, these guys are ranking. What are they doing that's well? And what do I do? Mm-hmm. But a big no-no, don't copy someone else's content. So never do that, because Google will definitely penalize you for it, or definitely won't reward you for it. So you definitely don't want to do that. But getting ideas, in particular with structure, you'll find that it's actually quite beneficial to look at and do your research and see who's ranking on there and getting ideas from them. So I highly recommend that. And we all do that as SEO people. For one of the first things we do once we've got our bucket of keywords we want to work with is that we start looking at what's the competition doing. And ultimately it becomes a cat and mouse game.
Certainly, yeah. Trying to learn and grow and beat them to the punch to some extent.
Yeah, exactly.
Peter, in the presentation, are you going to be talking about different tools that will help a person when you're going to evaluate for SEO?
Yeah, absolutely. And there is a massive amount of tools you can use and tools for different things. And there are tools that you can use that are free and there are tools that you can pay for. And it's up to you how aggressive you're going to be and depends what sort of tool you want to use or how fine tune you want to have your content and your website with regard to SEO and rankings. You know, you've got tools that help you work out your keywords. You've got tools that help you work out and track your positioning all the time. So the moment you have any adjustments, should that be positive or negative, you'll be able to see that and you can see a roadmap and, a little linear path as far as where you're going with it. So tools are important to use. I find someone who's just a DIY SEO person for their own company, they may just be able to manually go in and have a look at stuff, but there's some great free tools they can use. And I'll definitely be sharing all of those during the presentation. So
can you just, is there one that you could share here for someone out there who's has no idea of what kind of tools are out there or what they could do for them? Is there one that kind of stands out that'd be a good starter for them to look at?
Oh, look, a really popular one is SEMrush, which is SEMrush.com. I'm not affiliate. I get nothing out of this. I'm happy, but it's one of the tools that we use. Mm-hmm. It's very easy. I've actually passed that tool to quite a few of my clients to use so they can monitor themselves. They've got some basic features they can utilize on there to track themselves, see themselves, and give them some pointers as far as what they can do to improve a page. Nice. And look at their competition. And then as you sort of grow and you want to get more features, you can then start paying for their software. But that's one that I would recommend. It's very well built and it's very well supported. So they've got a great team behind them.
Excellent. Peter, you were saying now you guys are developing a website that is going to have some different resources out there available. Can you kind of give us a little sneak peek of what that website's going to be entailing here in a couple of weeks?
Yeah, so my good website at the moment is pretty much got a splash page because we're launching a new one. We've had we're doing some work on it, a little bit behind on it, to be honest. So that's coming through. So we'll be launching a training course as well on there and some free offerings on there as well. So basically people will be able to go in there and get at least some sort of a structure, get some checklists to ensure that the basics of their website is actually structured correctly and you've got your content in the right place and you're doing the right things, as well as some resources and links to tools. And then if you want to have more intense sort of training, you can then sort of look at our education program and then you can sort of go through that and we can carry you through the various steps involved to actually have a successful website in Google.
Excellent. Peter, what's the URL? Because I'm going to put this into the chat for all of the channels or all the videos out there. So all you have to do is go over to the chat and it will be there. What's that domain so we can add that?
So it's www.goodgood.com.au. So good twice, basically.
Goodgood. What is it?
.com.au.
Oops.au. Perfect. Okay, so that is in the chat. You guys can go if you want to bookmark that, or if you're going to be watching this afterwards, check back after what would be the United States Thanksgiving, a couple of weeks, and hopefully Peter's going to have it ready to roll because it's next on his schedule of things to do.
Yeah, ever-growing list.
Isn't that something? Oh, good stuff. So Photo Booth Expo is coming up February 24th through the 27th in Las Vegas. We're at the South Point Casino in Las Vegas. You guys can check that out. You go out to photoboothexpo.com. That's going to be the full show page with all the different speakers and things you can check out there. Then if you want to get your pass, go to a quick link. You can go from the Photo Booth Expo side, click there, and that'll take you to the tickets. But if you just want to go to the ticket area, pbntv.com/tickets is a direct link right to the ticket place. Enter PBX Show 2020, PBX SHOW 2020. That's the discount code. That will get you the cheapest price on tickets today. And that will get you into the door. That'll get you into Peter's session, all of the educational content on the photo booth side and the exhibit hall. The largest exhibit hall in the mobile entertainment world is at Photo Booth Expo 2020. So we're really excited to be there. Peter, I want to thank you for being with tonight. One before we leave tonight, looking ahead into Vegas, what's kind of going to be the highlight for you as you look ahead into Vegas as we're getting ready for that?
I'm really looking forward to the training session. I'm really looking to the seminar that I'll be conducting, obviously as a highlight personally as well. I think that'll be fantastic, and sort of sharing the knowledge and information. But the main thing is I'm really looking at everyone joining together. I love the whole concept that obviously it's been created, and I'm really looking forward to meeting as many people as possible and being educated to see what else is out there in the market, because I think the market's, fantastic. And we love this game. We love being in it. We love being in the business. We've been doing it for many, many years, and there's so much growth, and technology is always changing. So, we're really looking forward to the people and what's on offer. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be a great time. Once again, you can go out to photoboothexpo.com and check everything out, and we will hopefully see you in February. Peter, thank you for being on with me tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yep. And thank you guys for watching. We will catch you, next Monday night. We'll be back with our next show. We've got Wednesday. We're taking off this week. So good night, everybody.